Hey everyone! Political parties. Why should you get involved? I know. Oh, the upside down world we are all living in. How do we make it make sense again? Oh. In other videos, or in another video I did, I guess a week or so ago, I did one called Show Up, Stand Up Public Meetings. We looked into how to go about attending a public meeting. Now, this could be like a school board meeting or a municipal council meeting, or really any other meeting where there's an indication that everyone is welcome. These are usually community-based organizations of some kind. Anyway, the point was to start paying attention, to start ensuring that those elected to these offices understand someone is watching. The second part was to encourage you to begin asking questions. Now, you can complain. You can do it alone, or you can complain to friends and family. But until you actually go to the source, nothing really changes. The same can be said about political parties. I'm sure at times you've asked yourself, like, why can't that particular party just seem to get its act together? Now, it really doesn't matter which political party. It really doesn't. Whichever one you align with best has at some point in time gotten off track. They all have. But for today, I'm going to focus on Canadian political parties, most specifically the national ones. But no matter where you are watching from, the principles of political involvement in a democracy, they're pretty similar. There's generally a national website providing resources to both party and to both voters and parties, workers at election time. And I'm going to show you the Elections Canada one right now. Hold on. There we go. So within the website, there's going to be similar resources that are provided like for state or province or municipality during election campaign as well. And especially when it gets closer to an election day. So depending on what level you're interested in, you will source your information for that type of election accordingly. Just head over to that website, whichever one, and poke around, and you will get a lot of answers there. So this is the Elections Canada website, and there is plenty of information. And I encourage everyone, if you're Canadian, to spend some time there. The other thing that you might find when you're poking around on websites relating to elections is how to register a political party and what that means. What is a registered party and how are you eligible? The next thing that you probably are going to find somewhere and you may want to look into is the act or bill which everyone involved must operate within. And there's all kinds of things in there, and everybody that's involved, especially as a political party, they have to make sure that they are they have to meet every one of the requirements that are there. And then we might have, you're really upset and you've decided that they all are terrible and that you want to start your own political party. Well, there's an option for that as well, especially within the Elections Canada website. And this form right here, you fill it out and do everything you're supposed to do, and you could start your own political party. And then what was the other one? That was it. So anyway, back to me here. There we go. So those are the basics of elections. I'm not going to spend too much time there. You guys can go dig into it, and there'll be a link below in the description for you to go look at all that stuff. So back to that party that you most closely align with. How do you get involved with it? So you have a party, whichever one it is, and you're thinking, oh man, they're making me mad. Like, I can't understand why they're making these decisions. Well, you can complain. Remember that. You can complain. Or you can get involved. So again, what's the first thing that you're going to do? Well, probably you're going to you're going to go into a search engine and you're going to type in the name of your political party and go to its website. So I'm going to go through what political websites typically look like. And for this, I'm going to only look at the top 3 Canadian federal parties. There are many parties, registered parties in Canada, but I'm just going to look at these 3. We don't have all day. And again, the principles are the same for any other levels, so provincial levels, or if there's like regional elections or whatever it is, or you're in another country, there'll be a website and it's probably going to look a lot like these. So we'll just flip back over to this one. There we go. So this is the Liberal Party of Canada, and the Liberal Party of Canada is the governing party in Canada right now. This gentleman here is our Prime Minister. And without spending too much time on that, you're going to see on a political website, I'm going to show you on all of them, they're always looking for money. They need a lot of money to run campaigns. They're always looking to stay in touch, so there'll be something related to email. And then they'll spend some time talking about the things that they want to talk about and the things that matter to them, and so on and so forth. And there'll be lots of information in each one of them, and you pick and choose. If you support them, you're going to love it. But then we're going to get down to a point where they're going to determine a way to make it possible for you to become a member, to be part of that. So that's where you go to find a membership in that particular party. The next party, the opposition in Canada, official opposition, is Conservative Party of Canada. And again, you'll see they've got a donate, a join, a renew, and I guess they have some swag. They've got some about us and some news. They are also in the middle of a leadership campaign right now. They are going to nominate a new leader shortly. And so if you wanted to learn more about that, and I'm going to talk about not this specific leadership campaign, but I'm going to talk about leadership campaigns in general a little later on. This is where you would come if you were interested in being part of this one. So they too, always looking for some money. They want to keep you on a contact list of some sorts. And here was where you can join and renew. The federal NDP, the New Democratic Party, is the third party in Canada. And they actually right now are in a partnership with the Liberal Party. But they too, you'll see there's a donate button. You can volunteer. You can chip in some cash. They're going to profile their leader and the stories that they want to tell and how you connect with them. And they will also have many opportunities for you to give money, but they also have that opportunity to become a volunteer or become a member. And if you click on that link, you can and follow it through. If this is your party, all your questions to how to go about doing that will be answered there. So, back to me. So at this point, you need to make a decision. You probably already have in mind which party you like, and it may not be any of those 3 listed. It could be some other party, and that is perfectly acceptable. You have to make that decision. Am I going to pay for a membership or not? Why would I do that? Well, if you want to make a difference within the hierarchy of your favorite party, you must be a paid member of that organization. It is that simple. Once you're a member, then you can do all kinds of things, including attend meetings. So that would be the first step that I would look at doing, is find out when the next meeting of your party takes place near you. So where's the nearest meeting to you? It might be in your specific locality that you're in or nearby. And so you find out when it's going to take place, and you find out if you can attend. And generally there are local meetings you can attend, but each party has its own rules for who can attend what and when. So back to that website and the contact information, it's best to check first. Contact that party office. There will be a phone number or an email address somewhere you can follow, and ask how you can get involved locally. They will guide you from there. Absolutely. Now, should you choose to go one of these local meetings, I just want you to know that at the local level, a meeting for a political party is often related to the nuts and bolts of operating the party within your local area. So they will discuss finances related to election readiness. They will talk about upcoming issues they want their members to be aware of. They will discuss the number of volunteers which are needed for any upcoming fundraisers and anything else related to preparing for the next election cycle. And be aware, election readiness never ends. It's always on. So if your local area has happened to elect, say your party won in your local area in the last election, so your candidate won, then your governing representative, the person in government that represents your local area, is probably going to be at that local meeting. And if that's the case, you get easy access to interact with that person. It'll be casual, it'll be informal, but you will be able to say hi, introduce yourself, and ask questions as you see fit. Now, if your party ran in the last election, but your candidate did not win, then those around the table may all just simply be members just like you, who want to make a difference and have a role to play within your party at the local level. There's no guarantee that the person who ran before, or the person who, maybe there's nobody designated yet as to who's going to run the next time. So just know that. Either way, involvement at this level is hands down the most effective way to begin having your voice heard and appreciated within the hierarchy of the political party you most agree with. Beyond local meetings throughout the year, each party generally has a convention of some sorts every year or so. Depending on how the party constitution is set, will determine if you can simply register for convention and show up, or if you need to be elected as a delegate. And your local involvement will make that clear. Those rules will be relayed to you in some way that you will understand. Either way, once you do get to the convention, let's assume you do, you will have an opportunity to have a say in how that party works, that being its managerial structure, or as well as the policies that the party will embrace going forward, going into an election. At convention, you will have plenty of opportunities to meet other members and discuss all kinds of issues, problems, and opportunities specific to that favorite party of yours. Now, some of you are asking, well, can you simply join a party without actually showing up for a meeting? Absolutely. And most people do that. And they do it. I referred earlier to the Conservative Party of Canada having a leadership process underway right now. So over the next little while, those that are involved or have some sort of connection to the Conservative Party of Canada, or are likely to want to be involved there, they're going to be getting pushed pretty hard to buy memberships. And the reason for that is during a leadership campaign, that is when most of the memberships get sold. So no matter where you are, it is likely the candidate representing your party in the next election at various levels was elected first by members of the party in some way. And leadership elections or nominations, which is what I was just talking about, are when the most memberships are sold. And it's also the job of those that are running for nomination to convince as many people as possible to become members and to vote for them, and so they can stand as the nominated and therefore official candidate for that party in the next general election. Now let's talk about general elections for a moment. A general election doesn't cost you specifically anything in terms of a membership fee. It is the one where everyone in your neighborhood, everybody at work, all your family, no matter where they live, as long as they are qualified to vote, that being there's generally a legal age, a citizenship, and a residency requirement of some sorts that needs to be met. As long as they're qualified to vote, they can exercise their right to show up and cast their ballot free of charge. Who they vote for is a nominated candidate of a registered party. So you see why the nomination process becomes crucial to you having a say. If you don't want some idiot being your nominated candidate, I suggest you get a membership and make sure that the guy or gal that you want on to be your nominated candidate gets elected in the first place. Then you can vote for them in the general election. So, back to that upside down world. You have decided the party you align best with has lost its way in some way. Or your party is going through the process of nominating a new leader. Or we are close to a general election and your local level needs to nominate a candidate for that. No matter the reason, you can have a say, but you will need to be a member to do so. So that's why it's important to become a member of a political party, because that's where you really get a say in what happens and what the direction is and who leads that political party. So what are you waiting for? Like, really? The world is nutty right now. Leaders at all levels and from every side seem to be lost in their own thoughts, forgetting it is grassroots people like you who truly are what matters. It's time they are reminded. So get on it. Sign up for a membership and get involved. One more thing. Have fun. Politics is a blast when you are in the middle of it. It truly is. There is no other energy like it. Yeah, some meetings are boring, but the actual political energy that happens, it is exciting. It is exhilarating. So if your political party is ticking you off right now, the very best thing you can do is to get involved with it. You will likely be pleasantly surprised to find out that they're actually looking for new people just like you to become interested in what's going on. Enjoy. Politics affects most everything. You may as well help lead the way. As always, please help me out by liking, following, subscribing, and sharing. If you're so inclined to help support my efforts financially, please head on over to Locals. The link is below, and hit the subscribe button. Subscribers can interact with me there and access some additional content not available elsewhere. With that said, you can follow my community on Locals without paying anything. Just ignore the subscribe button when it comes up. Sharing this with others is likely the most valuable thing you can do to help me without spending any money. Please share this widely. As always, check out the links in the description area below to jump to some of the information I referenced in here and to check out where to find more content like this. As always, thank you for spending your time with me. You could be doing many things, but you chose me. And for that, I thank you. Carry on, folks. Today is a great day. Go and get at it. See you soon.